السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. I welcome you all to the class of Al-Arabiyya to Bayna Yadayk, and inshallah ta'ala today we are continuing from where we left off in unit number 10. So today we have Fahmul Masmu'. فهم المسموع استمع إلى القسم الأول ثم أجب عن الأسئلة. So you have to listen to the audio. So let's begin.
الوحدة العاشرة، الدرس 67.
فهم المسموع. القسم الأول. استمع إلى القسم الأول ثم أجب عن الأسئلة. أنواع الحيوانات. يتحدث القرآن الكريم في كثير من سوره عن الحيوان، ويذكر أنواعه وأوصافه ومنافعه.
So يتحدث القرآن الكريم في كثير من سوره عن الحيوان. And the Quran, Noble Quran, speaks about in many of the surahs, surah, plural, no? And al-Haywan, about animals. ويذكر أنواعه وأوصافه, and it mentions its types and awsaf, its descriptions, wasf, awsaf, and منافعه, منافع benefits.
وسميت بعض سور القرآن بأسماء الحيوانات كالبقرة والنمل والنحل والعنكبوت والأنعام والفيل.
وسميت بعض سور القرآن بأسماء الحيوانات, and some of the surahs of the Quran are named after the names of the animals. سمية is passive, سمى يسمي سمية. كالبقرة والنمل والنحل والعنكبوت والأنعام والفيل, like cows and namls, ants, and nahl, honeybees, ankabut, spider, and an'am, cattle, والفيل, animal, elephant.
وللحيوان أهمية كبيرة للإنسان، فهو يتغذى بلحوم الحيوانات وشحمها وألبانها وبيضها وعسلها، ويستفيد من صوفها وجلودها وحريرها وفرائها في الكساء، ويستعمل بعضها كالخيل والبغال والحمير والجمال والثيران في النقل والزينة والحرب وزراعة الأرض.
Okay. So he says, وللحيوان أهمية كبيرة للإنسان. And for animals, there's a big importance for the humans. فهو يتغذى بلحوم الحيوانات, and he nourishes, يتغذى by the flesh of the animals, وشحمها, and its fat, شحم, شحوم, وألبانها, and its milks, a lot of milk, لبن, ألبان, وبيضها, and its eggs, وعسلها, honey, ويستفيد من صوفها, and he benefits, استفاد يستفيد, so the human benefits from the wool, صوف, wool, وجلودها, and its skins, وحريرها, and its silk, وفرائها, I don't know what's فرائها. Fira is fur. Fira. وفرائها في الكساء. Kisa is for wearing. كسا يكسو كساء, for wearing, clothing. ويستعمل بعضها كالخيل, and he uses some of them like خيل, horses, خيل خيول, بغال, mules, حمير, donkeys, جمال, camels, وثيران, oxes, في النقل والزينة, in transportation, and the zina is decoration, والحرب, and war, وزراعة الأرض, and farming of the land,
تختلف الحيوانات في حركتها، فمنها ما يمشي على الأرض كالحصان، ومنها ما يزحف على الأرض كالثعبان، ومنها ما يطير في الهواء كالصقر، ومنها ما يسبح في الماء كالسمك.
تختلف الحيوانات في حركتها. Animals differ in their movement. فمنها ما يمشي على الأرض كالحصان, and from them are those which يمشي على الأرض كالحصان, which walk on the earth like horses, حصان. ومنها ما يزحف على الأرض, and some which crawl on the earth like ثعبان, like snakes. ومنها ما يطير في الهواء كالصقر, and some fly in the air like falcons, hawks, صقر. ومنها ما يسبح في الماء كالسمك, and some swim in the water like fish. So everybody is moving differently.
وتختلف الحيوانات في الحجم، فهناك حيوانات ضخمة كالحوت والفيل، وحيوانات صغيرة جدا كالنمل والذباب.
وتختلف الحيوانات في الحجم, and animals differ in their size. فهناك حيوانات ضخمة, they are huge animals, كالحوت like whales, حوت whales. والفيل animals, sorry, elephants. وحيوانات صغيرة, small animals جدا like نمل and ذباب, ants and flies,
وبعض
or mosquitoes, ذباب.
الحيوانات أليف، وهو الذي يعيش مع الإنسان كالبقرة والقط، وأكثرها وحشي كالأسد والنمر.
وبعض الحيوانات أليف, and some are domesticated animals, أليف. So you can domesticate them, domestic animals. وهو الذي يعيش مع الإنسان, and they are the ones which live with the humans, كالبقرة like a cow, والقط and cat. وأكثرها وحشي, and most of them are wild, كالأسد والنمر like lions and tigers.
من الحيوانات ما يعيش في البر كالأفيال والفراشات، ومنها ما يعيش في الماء كالسمك والحيتان، ومنها ما يعيش في البر والماء كالضفادع. ولا يعرف العلماء عدد الحيوانات الموجودة على الأرض.
الوحدة العاشرة.
Okay, من الحيوانات ما يعيش في البر كالأفيال, and the animals which from the animals, or some of the animals are those which live in the land like elephants, والفراشات, فراشات, butterflies, yeah, فراشات. منها ما يعيش في الماء, and some live in the water, كالسمك والحيتان like fish, and حوت, حيتان, whales. ومنها ما يعيش في البر, and some live in the land, والماء, some live in the land as well as the water, amphibians, كالضفدع, الضفادع like frogs. ولا يعرف العلماء عدد الحيوانات الموجودة على الأرض, and the scientists do not know, علماء, you can translate as scientists, the number of animals, present animals on the earth. Existing animals, we don't know the number. Okay. فهم المسموع. Yeah. 1 second. اوكي, بعد ان استمعت الى القسم الاول اجب عن الاسئله التاليه. After you heard answer the following question. تدريب الاول, مثل لما يلي مما استمعت عليه. مثل, give examples of مثل يمثل, give examples of the following of what you heard. حيوان يطير, an animal which flies. صقر. حيوان يسبح, an animal swims. سمك. حيوان يزحف, an animal crawls. ثعبان. حيوان يمشي, animal which walks. حصان. حيوان يعيش في الماء وفي الأرض. الضفدع. Animal which lives in the water and in the land is frog. أجيب مما سمعت عن الأسئلة باختصار. Briefly, you should answer these questions. ما عدد الصور التي سميت بأسماء الحيوانات. By the way, for the answers, I'm using the PPT. You can download from the website, presentation. ما عدد الصور التي سميت بأسماء. They've answered for most of the questions. Maybe not all, but yeah, most of the exercises they've answered. ما عدد الصور التي سميت بأسماء الحيوانات. What are the number of surahs which are mentioned with the names? 6 صور. There are 6 surahs. ما الحيوانات التي تعيش في البر. What are the animals which live in the land? أفيال, كالأفيال والفراشات, like elephants and butterflies. هل يعرف العلماء عدد الحيوانات الموجودة على الأرض؟ لا يعرفون. هل تختلف الحيوانات في حركتها؟ نعم, تختلف الحيوانات في حركتها. Do they differ in their movement? Yes. هل الحيوانات الأليفة أكثر أم الحيوانات المتوحشة? Are domestic animals more or the wild animals more? الحيوانات المتوحشة أكثر. التدريب الثالث، اختر الجواب الصحيح بوضع دائرة حول الحرف المناسب من أسماء الحيوانات التي وردت من القرآن الكريم ولم ترد في النص. The names of the animals which are mentioned in the Quran, but it was not mentioned in the text. In the text, in the sense, in the this thing. So al-Baqarah, al-Naml, al-Kalb, Kalb. من الحيوانات الوحشية التي لم ترد في النص, from the wild animals which were not mentioned in text, الذئب, wolf. من الحيوانات التي تستعمل في النقل كما جاء في النص, from the text, from the animals which are used for transportation as it has come in the text, al-Jimal, camels. Okay. القسم الثاني. So we have an audio for the second.
الوحدة العاشرة، الدرس 67.
فهم المسموع. القسم الثاني. استمع إلى القسم الثاني.
I read the file. Oh, 1 second, I'll just restart.
الوحدة العاشرة، الدرس 67.
فهم المسموع. القسم الثاني. استمع إلى القسم الثاني ثم أجب عن الأسئلة. اختلاف الحيوانات. يختلف عدد أرجل الحيوانات، فمنها ما له
So the title is اختلاف differences of the animals.
رجلان كالطيور، ومنها ما له 4 أرجل كالأبقار والقطط، ومنها ما لها 6 أرجل كالحشرات، ومنها ما لها 8 أرجل كالعناكب.
يختلف عدد أرجل الحيوانات. The number of legs, or legs or feet for the animals differ in the animals. Differ. ومنها ما له رجلان. So from those are those which have 2 legs, كالطيور, like birds. ومنها ما له 4 أرجل كالأبقار. And from those are which have 4 legs, like cows, والقطط and cats. ومنها ما لها 6 أرجل كالحشرات. And what there are ones which have 6 legs, like hasharats. What is hasharat? Insects. Hasharat, insects. ومنها ما لها 8 أرجل كالعناكب. And from those are, some of those have 8 legs, like anakib, ankabut, anakib, spiders.
وهناك حيوانات لها مئات الأرجل.
And there are animals which have hundreds of legs.
ومن الحيوانات ما ليس له أرجل كالأسماك.
And there are animals which do not have any legs, like fishes.
يختلف المكان الذي تعيش فيه الحيوانات، فهناك حيوانات المنزل كالقطط والكلاب، وحيوانات المزرعة كالأبقار والأرانب، وحيوانات الجبال كالطيور والأغنام الجبلية، وحيوانات الغابة كالقرود والأسود.
يختلف المكان الذي تعيش فيه الحيوانات. The place where the animals live differs. فهناك حيوانات المنزل. So there are some animals who live at home, houses, like cats, كالقطط والكلاب, cats and dogs. وحيوانات المزرعة, and animals which live in the field, outside the field, كالأبقار, like cows, والأرانب and rabbits. وحيوانات الجبال, and there are animals like in which in the mountains, كالطيور, like birds, والأغنام, and cattle, and mountain cattle, أغنام, غنم, أغنام, or mountain sheep, you can say, غنم, أغنام. وحيوانات الغابة, and some which are غابة, jungle, كالقرود, like monkeys, والأسود and lions.
الحيوانات كالناس لها نظام حياة ولغة تتفهم بها، وفي الحيوانات
الحيوانات كالناس, and animals are communities like people. أمة كالناس, like people. لها نظام حياة. They have a نظام حياة, a way of living. ولغة, and a language تتفاهم بها, which they understand each other with. تفاهم يتفاهم from 6.
خير كثير للإنسان، فعلى الإنسان أن يحافظ على الحيوانات من أجل الأجيال القادمة.
وفي الحيوانات خير كثير للإنسان. And in animals there's a lot of benefit for the humans. فعلى الإنسان أن يحافظ على الحيوانات من الأجيال القادمة. And on the responsibility, على الإنسان يعني there's a responsibility on the human that he should protect on the animals من أجل الأجيال القادمة, due to the coming generations.
ويدعو الإسلام إلى الرفق بالحيوان.
ويدعو الإنسان إلى الرفق بالحيوان. And Islam calls towards gentleness towards animals.
وعدم الإسراف في استهلاكه، وينهى عن العبث والتمثيل به، وتوعد الله من يمثل به أن يمثل به يوم القيامة.
وعدم الإسراف في استهلاكه, and should not go over bounds in destruction of animals or killing animals. وينهى عن العبث, and he prohibited, that Islam prohibits from abath, frivolity, wastefulness, والتمثيل, and making pictures of animals. وتوعد الله من يمثل به, and Allah promised, or Allah threatened the one who يمثل به, who makes a shape of animals, and يمثل به, that he will be made in it يوم القيامة. Right? It symbolizes يمثل.
وقد مر الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم بحمار كواه صاحبه بالنار في وجهه، فقال: لعن الله الذي وسمه. رواه مسلم.
وقد مر الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم بحمار كواه صاحبه بالنار في وجهه. Kawa yakwi is to brand, or to iron also. Rasulullah SAW also passed by a donkey whose companion branded the donkey with fire in his face, in the face of the donkey. وقال لعن الله الذي وسمه. Allah has cursed the one who has branded it. Wasama is also branding. Rawahu Muslim. Narrated by Muslim.
ويمنع الإسلام ضرب الحيوان أو تحميله فوق طاقته أو ركوبه إذا كان مريضا، ويحرم الإسلام أكل الحيوانات الميتة ولحم الخنزير.
ويمنع الإسلام ضرب الحيوان. Islam has prohibited from hitting animals, أو تحميله, or in carrying it فوق طاقته, or burdening it more than it can carry, more than its strength, أو ركوبه إذا كان مريضا, and riding it if it is sick. ويحرم الإسلام أكل الحيوانات الميتة ولحم الخنزير, and Islam has prohibited eating animals, al-mayta, dead animals, and لحم الخنزير, خنزير, that is pork. بعد أن استمعت إلى القسم الثاني أجب عن الأسئلة التالية. التدريب الأول: مثل لما يلي مما استمعت استمعت إليه. مما استمعت إليه: حيوان له 4 أرجل, which has 4. البقرة, الأبقار. حيوان ليس له أرجل: السمك, which do not have legs. حيوان له 8 أرجل, animals which have 8 legs. عناكب. حيوان له رجلان, 2 legs. 2 legs is طيور, birds. So you might like animals, but literally حيوان means like beings, what do you call it? Animals, yeah, animals. In Arabic, animals includes birds also. It's not like animals and birds. حيوان means, includes all the species. حيوان له 6 أرجل, has 6 legs. الحشرات, insects. لماذا تجب المحافظة على الحيوان؟ باختصار لأن فيها خيرا كثيرا للإنسان. Why should we protect? Why is it mandatory to protect on the animals? We should, because there's a lot of benefit. ما جزاء من يمثل بالحيوان التمثيل به يوم القيامة. What is the punishment of the one who مثل يمثل who represents or who draws maybe. تمثيل بالحيوان. Yeah. تمثيل. Yeah. Who draws, I think. Who draws or makes a shape. التمثيل به يوم القيامة. On the day of judgment, he'll also be asked to make an image for it. ما الحيوان الذي يحرم أكله على المسلم؟ الخنزير. Which animal is prohibited to eat? Pork. كيف يعامل المسلم الحيوان؟ بالرفق. How should a Muslim deal with animals? Kindness with kindness. هل للحيوان لغة? Is there a language for them? نعم. وضح لذلك له لغة. نعم. Clarify that. Yes, they have a language. تتفاهم بينها. I mean, they understand each other. التدريب الثالث. اذكر حيوانا واحدا في كل مرة مما سمعت في النص من الحيوانات المنزلية. القط. What you've heard, you have to give the names of animals. منزلية القط cat, right? من الحيوانات المزرعة. فيل الأبقار cows, أرنب rabbits. من حيوانات الجبال animals of the mountains. الأغنام الجبلية mountain sheep. من حيوانات الغابة الأسد jungle animals. التعبير الشفهي والكتابي. أولا التعبير expression oral and written. التدريب لو تبادل للأسئلة والأجوبة مع زميلك. نشاط ثنائي. A dual exercise. Two people should do this. ما الحيوانات النافعة للإنسان? What are the beneficial animals for humans? ما الحيوانات الضارة بالإنسان? What are the harmful animals to humans? ما الحيوان الذي تحبه؟ لماذا? What are the animals which you love? Why? ما الحيوان الذي لا تحبه؟ لماذا? Which is the animal which you don't love? Why? هل تربي حيوانات في بيتك? Do you pet animals or animals in your house? مزرعتك or your farm. لماذا? Why? كيف تعامل الحيوان؟ لماذا? How do you deal with animals? Why? تبادل وصف الحيوانات مع زميلك. Describe these animals. A camel, a horse, and a elephant. لما تنصح هؤلاء? What do you advise these people who are overburdening the animals, riding them? Okay. بما تنصح. التعبير الكتابي. أعد الاستماع إلى النص. فهم المسموع. القسم الأول والثاني. وقم بالتلخيص. Summarize it. Listen to it again. التلخيص. Using the following. مستعينا بالعناصر التالية. Using the following points. الحيوان في القرآن الكريم. حيوان in the Quran. أهمية الحيوان في حياة الإنسان. Importance of animals in the life of humans. أنواع الحيوان. Types of animals. عالم الحيوان ولغاته. The world of animals and their language or its language. حماية الحيوان والحفاظ عليه. Protection of animals and protection. حفاظ. Protection. حماية is also protection. التدريب الثاني. اكتب موضوعا بعنوان الرفق بالحيوان فيما لا يقل عن 200 كلمة مستعينا بالعناصر التالية. You have to write a topic. Kindness to animals or kindness with animals. التشابه بين العالم الإنساني وعالم الحيوان. Similarity between human world and animal world. الرحمة بالحيوان قد تدخل الجنة. Mercy to the animals would make someone enter Jannah. القسوة على الحيوان قد تدخل النار. Evilness towards the animals could enter of someone into hellfire. عدم تحميل الحيوان فوق طاقته. Not carrying the animal above his strength. عدم ضرب الحيوان ضربا مؤذيا. Lack of not hitting the animals, hurtful hit. عدم إرهاق الحيوان بالعمل وقتا طويلا. Not burning the animal. إرهاق is overburdening the animal, I think. For a long time. عدم تعذيب الحيوان. Not punishing the animal أو قتله or killing it للعب والتسلية. For playing and تسلية is I don't know what is tasliya. Target practice. Entertainment. Tasliya is pastime. Pastime. عدم آداب المسلم عند ذبح الحيوان. The adab, the etiquette of a Muslim when he's slaughtering the animal. جمعيات الرفق بالحيوان ودورها. Organizations of kindness with animals and its role, دور or role. إملاء. كتابة همزات. Writing of hamazat. So we have muraja, a review. Udrus walahid, study and notice. So how do you write Hamza? Hamza. Al-ula. So if Hamza comes since the starting, right? So if it is a Hamzatul wasl, you write it ismun. You write it like this. Ijlis, Hamzatul wasl. So wasl is rare. And most of them will be qata'. So most of them you write it like this. Asad. A wasl will come in specific places like ism, ibn, some nouns, or in amr of 3 letters of 3 letters or 6 from 7, not 6 from 7, from 8, from 9, and from 10. Okay. And qata, if it is maftuha, you write it like this. Madmuma with a damma, akala, ukila, kasra, maksura. Fine. Then we have mutatarrifa, ending Hamza. So ending Hamza, I always look at what is coming before it. If it is coming after the kasra, write it on a ya. So there's something after kasra. You cannot write like this. After the kasra, you write it on a ya. The chair is kursi. Huriya. So ending Hamzas, look what is coming before. Mutatarrifa means ending Hamzas. Ba'd dammin. So lu'lu. So you won't write lu'lu like this. And this is wrong because you have to see this one. I mean, this will look at this one, middle Hamza, but last Hamza before it has a Dhamma, no? So you always look what is coming. Ba'da fathin. So after fatha, write it on a alif. And then ba'da sukun, then write it on the line, satri. He taught all this juz'un on the line because it's coming after a sukun. And mutawassita, you have to look at, the powers, middle Hamza. Qablaha kasra. So first you have to see for kasra. If before it is a kasra, this is the first rank. So anytime kasra comes, khalas, you have to, this is the strongest and this is the weakest. So first you have to see, is there before a kasra? Khalas, put it on a Hamza. Or it is maksura. Maksura, put it on a kasra again. I mean on a ya. Like riya. Now riya, you cannot write it like this. Why? Because before it is a kasra, this is the strongest point. So kasras are always strongest. The ya is the strongest kasra. Then qablaha dhamma. Mu'min. So this has a sukun, but the previous word has a dhamma. So look at the dhamma and put it on a waw. Or madmuma, it itself has a dhamma. Right? Or now weakest is what qablaha fatha. Before it is fatha, ra'asun. Or maftuha, it itself has a fatha. Maftuha. So all this, you have to be careful. Yan'a. So yan'a, it itself has a fatha. But this is the strongest. From the strongest to the weakest. If both of the conditions collide, then you'll take the first, the strongest, and then this, and then this. So he tells us all this. يُلَاحِظُ أَنَّ الْقُوَّةَ تَبْدَأُ مِنَ الْيَمِينِ. Notice that يُلَاحَظُ, I think. هنا أن القوة تبدأ من اليمين, begins from the right, the strength. فإن كان قبل الحمزة كسرة أو كانت مكسورة كتبت على النبرة. So if the previous letter has a kasra or itself has a kasra, it is written on a nabra. And what is a nabra? It is just like this, no? It is written like a ya without dots. It's called nabra. فإن لم يكن انتقلنا إلى القوة الثانية الضم. If it's not that, then we go to the second strength, which is dhamma. فنرى هل قبلها ضمة أو هي مضمومة إذن تكتب على واو أو إذن تكتب على واو. then we see, is there something, a Dhamma before it, or it itself has Dhamma, then it's written on wow. فَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ كَذَلِكَ انتقلنا إلى القوة الأخيرة. If then not, we'll go to the last stage, last power. فإن كان قبلها فتحة. If the previous one is فتحة كتبت على الألف, it is written on ألف. وإن كانت مفتوحة وقبلها ساكن. But if it is مفتوحة, but before it is a sakin, نظرنا في هذا الساكن. We look at this sakin. فإن كان صامتا كتب على الألف. If it is silent, it is written on ألف. وإن كان ألفا أو واوا. But if it is ألف and واو, كتبت على السطر. It is written on a satr, like qira'a. Now, previous one has a sukun. Now, we'll look at this. If it is alif and waw, we write it like this, because there's too many alifs, no? We won't write it like qira'a like this, because this is also, and this is very confusing. So, write it on the line. وَإِنْ كَانَ يَاءٌ كُتِبَتْ عَلَى النَّبْرَةِ. If it is a ya, you'll write it on the nabra. Even when here is sukun, so you write it on the nabara, on the ya without dot. So there are so many conditions now how to write middle hamza. So blindly, if it is kasra before or it itself has a kasra, write it on a nabara. If it is dhamma before or itself has a dhamma, write it on a wow. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. The only problem will come when it is fatha. If it is fatha, if the previous letter has a fatha, fine, it is good. This has a sukun, previous fatha, fine, write it on a alif. But if itself has a fatha and the previous one is a sukun, then we have to look. If it is an alif or a waw, you have to write it on the line. If it is anything else, you'll write it on a alif, right? If it is anything else. If it is a ya, we'll write it on a nabara. So 3 conditions will happen if it is sukun, yeah? Al-maftuhatu wa qablaha sakin. It is fatha and before it sakin. Right? So he's giving this star for this. Samat. I yen yen. Now this has a fatha and the previous letter has a sukun, which is not alif waw or ya. Mas'ala. See, it's written on this sense. This is samat. Yad abu. See, why are they written on an alif? Because the previous letter has a sukun and they are like apart from alif waw ya. Alif or waw. But if alif and waw comes, it is written on the line, qira'a. Like masa'ala. Now, masa'ala, if you start writing, okay, masa'ala. Now, Hamza, how should I write the Hamza? So you have to look, the Hamza has a fatha, yeah. So you cannot write it like this. 2 alifs, I mean, that doesn't look nice. So what you'll do, you'll write it masa'ala, down. Masa'alatun. It takes time for you to practice. Tasa'ala, again, tasa'ala, you're writing tasa'ala. So you'll write it like this. Why? This has a fatha, now previous one has a sukun, but it's an alif, right? It's an alif. So you have to write it on the line. Daw'a, so ya, hay'a. Now hay'a, Hamza itself has a sukun, and the previous one has a sukun, and it's a ya, so it'll be written on a ya. 2 yas are fine. Bi'a, bati'a, shay'an. Hay'a is environment, bi'a is environment. Hay'a is state, bati'atun is slow, I guess. Shay'an is thing. Daw'un is light. So I don't know what sawa means. Anyways, this is how you write Hamza. تريب الأول حول الأفعال الماضية التي تحتها خط إلى الأفعال المضارع وغيرها ما يلزم بعد إعادة كتابة الجملة. And IMLA rules, you have to make it into ماضي to مضارع. ماضي to مضارع. So أكل الطعام ليلا. أكل الطعام ليلا. So you have to make this أكل. The food was eaten last night. So يؤكل. يؤكل. So how do you write يؤكل? يؤكل. Oh, is this correct? All right. يؤكل. يؤكل. Why are we writing it like this? Why are we writing like this? Previous letter has a dhamma, no? See, it's so difficult, no? Yukal. I don't know this. Which rule is applying here? Ukila is fine. So he said middle Hamza if قبلها ضمة. So maybe يوكل should be written like this. No? يوكل. Yeah, it should be written like this. In the answers in this PPT, it is written. They've written Yakul. Yukal should be written like this. Yeah, we are correct, I believe. Yeah. يئس المذنب من النجاة. So what, how will الأفعال ما إذا تحتيه خط إلى أفعال المضارع وغير ما بعد إعادة كتاب الله. He just made it يأكل. Oh, okay. He didn't make it يوكل. Okay, fine. I mean, the answers they made مضارع, they didn't make it مجهول. يئس المذنب من النجاة. Why did we write on wa? Because the first letter is Dhamma, no? يئس المذنب من النجاة. The sinner despaired from success or from saving. So we'll say Ya'isa, Yayasu, Yayasu. Now the Hamza itself has a fatha and the previous letter has is a ya. So we'll write it like this. Yayas. So if you remember the rule, the Hamza, if it has a fatha and the ya before it, has a sukun, then we'll write it on a number. Yayas. Right. Yayas. أما الناس في الصلاة علي. Ali led the prayer in the salah. So Amma ya ummu. So ya ummu has a fatha. Okay, fine. Ya ummu. It itself has a dhamma. It itself has a dhamma, no problem. Yeah. Blindly we put on a dhamma. Ya ummu. Ya ummu. Yubdi'a al-haflu bit-tilawa. The party began with recitation. Budia. So budia yubda'u. Yubda. Now dal has a fatha. So previously fatha yubda'u and it has a dhamma. It itself has a dhamma. Yubda'u like this, I think. I don't know. Or will leave it like yubda'u? Yubda'u. Which, oh, this is the last haraka, no? Oh, okay. We don't look the middle hamza. This is like mutatarrifa. Hamza mutatarrifa. The previous letter has a fatha. Write it on an alif. Okay. Khabba al-lissu al-mala fi sunduq. What is khabba? Stashed. The thief stashed the money in the box. So khabba, this looks like khabba yukhabbi'u. So let's write yukhabbi'u. Yukhabbi. Now yukhabbi, ba has a kasra. Okay. Yukhabbi'u. So kasra is powerful than dhamma, no? So you have to write it like this, yukhabbi'u. Because the hamza has a dhamma, but the ba has a kasra. So who will win? The kasra wins, yeah? Dhamma and kasra war, the kasra wins. So anytime we see a kasra, we'll write like yukhabbi'u. Amma ummalun najimu al-manajimu sa'imu min amalihim tahta al-ard. The workers of the manajim. Mines, manajim. Mines, yeah. Manjam, manajim, mines. They got tired of working from the work under the earth. So ummalul manajim sa'imu. So yes, amu. Alhamdulillah. Yes, amu. Okay, yes, amu. Seen as a sukoon. Hamza itself has a fatha. So this is Hamza itself has a fatha and seen is samit. So we'll apply the rule and write it on a Hamza, right? Yes, amu. La yasamu linsan. Saima yasamu. Okay, so a little bit you have to think about it. About these answers. All right, التدريب ضع ضمير المتكلمين مكان الأمة الأمة فيما يلي. ثم أعيد كتابة الجملة. put the ضمير متكلم نا مكان الأمة. In place of the word umma, put na in the following. ثم repeat writing the sentence. علماء الأمة هم سندوها في الشدائد. So we write it علماؤنا. You have to add umma and change it to علماؤنا. علماء. Now this has a sukun, right? And it has a dhamma, so we write it on. Oh wow. لا يزال الشباب بخير ما اتبعوا علماء الأمة. The shabab, same علماؤنا. Oh, okay. It'll change. Oh, okay. The young men will be on the goodness until they follow. Oh, till they follow ما اتبعوا علماء الأمة. The ummah. So you have to say till they follow our ulama ana. So the Hamza has a fatha and the previous is a sukun. So we write it ulama like this. Why? Well, this has a fatha, right? And this is an alif, which has a sukun. So the rule was if there's an alif with a sukun, we don't write it on the alif again, we write it on the line. If it's an alif and waw, we write it on the line. So just some handwriting practice. اقرأ كتب علماء الأمة الناصحين. Read the books of ulama al-ummah. So read the kutuba ulama'ina. Oh, it's a kasra, blindly write it on ulama'ina. You know, kasra, don't even think about it. Ulama'ina. Kasra, directly you can put it on a nabara. Tarbiyatu abna'i al-ummati. So read the books of ulama nasihin. Who are advisors. تربية أبناء الأمة مسؤولية التربوية. تربويين. تربية أبناء الأمة, the education of the sons of the Ummah is a responsibility of the tarbu. I don't know, tarbiwiyin. Tarbiwiyin. Or the mutarabbi, I think. Of the teachers, maybe. So, abna'ina. Kasra is no need to think about it. I mean, you can, oh, wait. Yeah, kasras. Man, yeah, tarbiyat abna'ina, no? Yeah, kasras, we just put it on a nabra, on the ya without dots. Man ahabba abna al-ummati ahabba lahumul khair. Whoever loves the sons of the ummah, loves for them goodness. So this will be abna ana, no? Now, this has a fatha. So previous has a sukun, so we'll write abna ana. Abna ana. Because the previous one is an alif. Abna ul ummati ذخيروها في المستقبل. Is the treasure of the future. Treasure. ذخر. Is it ذخر? Maybe ذخر. Okay. So أبناء الأمة. Not able to find. ذخر. ذخر يذخر. ذخر. ذخر. Treasure. So أبناؤنا, our sons. So Dhamma. It's written on Dhamma, no? أبناؤنا. Why this has a Dhamma and previous is a Sukun? So no problem. If it's Dhamma, you know, just put Dhamma. بناء الأمة يتم ببناء شبابها. The building of the Ummah completes on the Bina by the building of the young youth, development of the youth. So Bina ul Ummah will change it to Bina Una. Bina Una, right? We write on the Dhamma. Bina Una. Because the Dhamma and Kasras don't think about it. Inna bina al-ummati mas'uliyatun. Indeed, the development of the ummah is a big responsibility. So, inna bina ana. Now it has a fatha, so now it's a problem. And it's, yeah, bina like this, yeah, fine. Because the fatha and be previous is an alif, so we write it on a line. Libina il ummati awwaliyatun fit tarbiyya. Building the ummah is the first things which in education. So libina ina. Kasras, don't think about it, just put it on a ya, no? Libina ina. أولية في التربية. أمراء الأمة مطاعون ما أطاع الله. The leaders of the Ummah, they followed as long as they follow Allah. So umara'una, Dhamma, don't think about it, just write it on a wow. Amruna bita'ati umara'i al-ummati wa ahlul ilmi fiha. Our command is to follow the scholars, the leaders as well as the scholars in it. So umara il ummati. So umara'i. Kasras umara'ina. Kasras, write it like this, simple. Layta umara al ummati yattafiquna ma'al ulama. How I wish the leaders agree with the scholars. So leaders of the ummah. So umara al ummati. Now fathas is a problem, right? So this is an alif anyway. So umara ana. We'll write it on the line. So this is the rule, yeah. Very difficult. I mean, not that difficult. Once you have to get used to it, right? In the middle mutawassita. So first, if it's kasras, write it on kasras. I mean, previous kasras, or if the letter itself has a kasra, the hamza itself, write it on kasra. If it previous has a dhamma, and it's always also has a dhamma, write it on dhamma. Unless there's a kasra. So kasras takes precedence anyhow. So anytime kasra comes, blindly put kasras. Anytime dhamma comes, we have to look. If it's clashing with the kasra wins. But if it's not clashing, then dhamma wins. Now hamzas, if it's fatha, now this is a problem. When will be? If it's previous as a fatha, we'll put it on the fatha. Khalas. Write it on an alif. But if it is itself has a fatha, then we look at it. If it is something else like other than alif and waw and ya, it's written on an alif, it's written on alif or a waw, it's written on the line, or it's written on ya, then we write it on nabara, a ya without dots. So many rules you have to remember and practice. Yeah. Inshallah, it'll become easier with time. Inshallah. قواعد اللغة, rules of the language, النافية للجنس. ادرس وتأمل. لا فرح دائما. There's no happiness forever. لا نافية للجنس. لا class negation. No. لا شجر زيتون مثمرة. There's no zaytun. There's no tree of zaytun. Zaytun is olive, which is fruitful, which has fruits. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب. That is the book which has no doubt. لا ريب فيه. فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج. There should be no رفث. فسوق is transgression. Jidal is no fighting. Rafath is vulgar talk. So in Hajj, there should not be anything. تعب المسافر بلا فائدة. The musafir was tired without any benefit. لا الطلاب حاضرون ولا المدرسون. The students are not present, nor the teachers. لا فيها غول ولا هم عنها ينزفون. There's no غول. There'll not be any غول. There'll not be, I don't know, غول, headache or intoxication, I guess. غول. لا فيها غول. يا غلا. غول. This is Surah As-Saffat. لا فيها غول. Verse 47. 37, 47. So Gaul, they translate as harm. There's no harm in them, nor will they be intoxicated. So تأمل لا في الأمثلة السابقة تجدها نفت الحكم عن جميع أفراد الجنس. Notice the la in the previous examples, you'll find that it has negated the ruling in all of the afrad al-jins, all of the members of the jins. Right? It's called class negation. La nafiyatul jins. Like there's no type of man. Like la rajula fil bayt. You're deleting every type of man. Walida tusamma nafiyatan lil jinsi. So it's called negation for jins, class negation. تأمل والأمثلة في القائمة همزة تجد أن لا عملت عمل إن. In the first one, this one, لا does the work of إن وذلك بعد استفاء شروط عملها. So it gives the effect of inna. So like there's no doubt in it. No, there's emphasis in it. After fulfilling after fulfilling the conditions of its actions. وتأمل الأمثلة في القائمة تجد أن لا لم تعمل عمل إن لأنها فقدت بعد شروط عملها. But in the second column, it does not work the amal inna because it has lost some of its conditions. فهي في المثال الأول متصلة بحرف الجر, because here it is joined with حرف جر. وفي المثال الثاني لم تعمل وكررت لأن اسمها معرفة. It did not do any amal, any influence. Why? Because it was repeated. If it repeated, it came with ma'rifa. So one of the conditions should be with nakira, no? Negation. Indefinite. وفي المثال الثالث فصل بينه وبين اسمها غول. لا فيها غول. So in the third, there's a gap between it. So these conditions, if they're not fulfilled, it won't do. Right? It'll not be fatha mabni. وبفاصل هو فيها وقررت لذلك لم تعمل, and it is repeated, that's why, and does not do any action. القاعدة. So the rule is what? لا نافية للجنس هي التي يكون فيها الخبر منفيا عن جميع أفراد الجنس. The law of class negation is the one which the khabar is negated on all of the members of the genus, of the category of that. وتعمل عمل إن فتنصب المبتدأ اسما لها. And it does the work of inna. وتنصب المبتدأ makes the mubtada mansub isman. It's ism. So some people say it's mabni on the fatha. لا ريب لا رجل في المبني على الفتح. He says it's mansub. وترفع الخبر خبرا لها. It makes it رفع خبر بثلاثة شروط. There are three conditions. ألا يدخل عليها جار. The reality is it is mabni. It's not mansub. Because if it is mansub, where's the tanween gone? لا farahan. So it's mabni. So he says it's mansub. I don't know. That seems that seems incorrect. ألا يدخل عليها جار. This is harfu jar. Harfu jar enters on it. So this should not enter. So if it enters, it does not do the amal of la nafiyatul jins. أن يكون اسمها خبرها نكرتين. The ism and the khabar, both of them should be nakira. ألا يفصل اسمها عنها بفاصل. There should not be any gap between the ism and its khabar. فإن دخل عليها جار بطل عملها. But if a jar comes, harfu jar comes, then its action is nullified. وإن فقد شرطان الآخران بطل عملها ولزم تكرارها. But if these shartan al-akhirani batal amalu, and even if the two conditions are lost, the last two also, its action is nullified, and you have to repeat the la. lazima takraruha. La should be repeated. تدريب الأول بين لا العامل عمل إن والمهملة وبين سبب إهمالها فيما يلي. So you have to look at these three conditions and tell us when it does the job of inna and when it is غير عامل. That is عاملة and غير عامل. Right? First one ولو ترى إذ فرغوا فلا فوتها. فزعوا, sorry. And when you see they are فزعوا فلا فوت. ولو ترى, I don't know. When they are فزعوا. This is in Sabah. 34, 50, 34, 51. ولو ترى إذ فزعوا فلا فوت أخذوا. So the translation, ولو ترى إذ فزعوا, and if only when they will be horrified with no escape, فلا فوت أخذوا من مكان قريب. فلا فوت, horrified. So is this عامل? Yes. فلا فوت, no. This is اسم لا نافية للجنس. قالوا لا ضير إن إلى ربنا منقلب. They said no harm. We are indeed returning to our Lord. لا ضير. Yes, it's عاملة. لا أحد أعلم من الله. Nobody knows more than Allah. This is also عامل. I mean, this is all conditions are fulfilled. لا صلاة لمن لا وضوء له. There's no salah for whoever has no wudu. لا إيمان لمن لا أمانة له. No belief who does not have amana, trustworthiness. لا حسد إلا في اثنتين. There's no hasad. There's no envy except in two people. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. There's no movement or there's no power and strength except in Allah. And جئت بلا زاد. I came without any provision. So here, why is it not amil? Because it's harfu jar came, no jar. لا زيد في الدار ولا عمرو. There's no zaid in the house and no amr. So this is repeated because zaid is ma'rifa. You have to use nakira after la nafitul jins. So you have to make sentences, yeah, all this khair, dar, la khaira, la dara, la amala, la ilma, la sharra. Make sentences. First amila, la khaira, and then muhmala, la. So you can make sentences on your own, I guess. Then we have التدريب الثالث ميز في الجمل التالية لا نافية للجنس من لا نافية للوحدة. So نافية للجنس, negation for the whole class, and نافية للوحدة, negation of only one person. You have to distinguish between them. لا مدرس حاضر بل مدرسان. There's no one teacher present but two teachers. So this is like, okay, نافية للوحدة. لا عمل خير ضاع. No good deed is waste. So this is نافية للجنس. لا مكتبة في المدينة بل مكتبات. There's not one library but many libraries. So this is نافية للوحدة. لا طالب في الفصل. There's no student in the class. This is للجنس. لا حسود مستريح. لا حسود, the one who does envy does not rest. And what داعي اسما مناسبا للنافية للجنس في الفراغ. So put a اسم نافية للجنس in the blank. So لا نافي, لا حسد نافي. Anything you can bet. No envy is beneficial. مذموم. لا خير مذموم. No good deed is blameworthy. لا في السوق, in the market. So لا ماء في السوق. There's no water in the market. I mean, something you can say. لا قلم في السوق. لا والديه موفق. لا عاصي الوالدين. So عاصي. لا عاصي والديه موفق. No عاقل والديه. No disobedient of his parents is successful. اليوم لا عاصم اليوم. No protection today. لا عاصم اليوم من أمر الله. أفضل من الكتاب. لا صديق أفضل من الكتاب. There is no friend better than a book. في الماء, in water. لا ضر في الماء. ضرر, لا ضرر في الماء. There's no harm in water. في الفصل, لا طالب في الفصل. No student in the class. دائم, always. Always. لا خير. There's no benefit. Something. لا ضرر دائما. There's no harm always. محترمون. لا رجل محترمون. Yeah. There's no man which is respected. في الغرفة لا رجل في الغرفة, and there's no man in the room. في السماء لا نجم في السماء. There's no star in the sky. عيد الجملة التالية بحيث تكون لا غير عاملة. You have to change the sentence. Make لا نافية الجنس لا للوحدة. So لا مذموم بيننا. There's no blameworthy person between us. So لا مذموم. لا مذموم. You have to repeat the la, no? So he's given the answers like this. I'll just share the screen. All these answers you can see in the PPT. PowerPoint. لا مذموم بيننا. So he said لا مذموم خلقه بيننا ولا المذموم. So you have to bring all these things. There's no blameworthy his character between us and not any blameworthy women. لا طالب اليوم حاضر. لا طالب حاضر ولا معلم. So you have to repeat the la. Make it مهملة, no? غير عاملة. لا ظالم محبوب. لا الظالم محبوب ولا الكذاب. لا بركة في حياة مع الذل. I mean, the oppressor, you can translate it. No oppressor is beloved. No barakah in life with dhul, with humiliation. لا حياة, there should be لا. لا حياة مع الذل ولا بلا بركة. Oh. لا حياة مع الذل بلا بركة. لا ياس عليك. There's no despair on you. لا عليك ياس ولا مشقة. So you have to change this thing. لا شاهد زوري. لا باس عليك. Oh, sorry. No problem to you. لا عليك باس ولا مشقة. لا شاهد زور مقدر. No bad witness is having مقدر, estimated or مماطل. What is مقدر? Fateful, yeah. Fateful. ولا مماطل. A procrastinator. مماطل. Okay. لا بيت عز مكروه. No respectful houses disliked. لا بيت العز مكروه ولا بيت الكرم. Okay. Yeah. And not a noble house or karam, generous house. لا نجوم في السماء. السماء بلا نجوم هذه الليلة. بلا نوم نجوم هذه. The sky is without stars this night. لا حي خالد. لا في القفص حي ولا ميت. There's no one alive or none living lives forever. So لا في القفص. What is قفص? Cage. There's no one in the cage who is alive or dead. لا حارس في المبنى. No security guard in the building. لا في المبنى حارس ولا عامل. لا خير في تارك الصلاة. لا في تارك الصلاة خير ولا في تارك الصوم. لا مكتبة في البيت. البيت بلا مكتبة. So he's made it muhammala. And with that we are done. And all this la nafiyatul lil jins. Alhamdulillah. We finished the 10th unit. Alhamdulillah. Rabbil Alamin. Then we have al-Wahdat al-Hadiyat Ashar Amthal al-Arabiyya, Arabic proverbs. Right, Arabic proverbs. Inshallah, we'll do it in our next class, next week, or probably the week after that. Inshallah, we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? 6 more units to finish this book. Inshallah, ta'ala, barakallah fiqh. It might take us, a year or so to finish. So 3 classes, so maybe a month for each unit. Not a month, 1.5 months. 6 units will take us probably 8 months more, inshallah ta'ala. This is what, September, right? October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June. Yeah, by next June, we might be able to finish this book, probably before that. Let's see, inshallah. Barakallahu feek, Jazakallahu Khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.